I'll be honest, dude. If I was still in CSGO, I don't think things would be going that well for me. Sometimes I think to myself, like, would I have been, you know, maybe a more well-rounded person, or like happier because, you know, I actually like participated in events and stuff in high school. I elbowed him like in the face. Like I got mad at him and I didn't mean to elbow him in the face, but it kind of just happened that way. And dude, his nose was bleeding so bad. Hey, what's up everybody, it's SicK here. I'll be playing Valorant and answering some tough questions. Yeah, so the first game I ever played was Battlefield 2. I played with my dad. That was like the first FPS game I played, and he played with his military buddies, and he got me into it, and I'll like fly helicopters for them and stuff. I'd be their medic, I'd like be a support player. But then when I was like way older, I started playing Call of Duty on Xbox, and that was the first game that I like really tried hard in. Like I would like really try hard to like do well and like pick up games and stuff. But obviously I played CSGO competitively after that, and that's a game that I started playing pro in first. It's so hard to answer questions. Yeah, I can't believe I do this on the stream. It feels so different like this. Oh god. Oh, he's in hookah. He's in hookah. Yeah, I just got owned.
Yo, does someone have a good sheriff skin?
I got a Reaver.
Request for the Reaver? Oh, you're just gonna buy it?
Yeah, well, yeah, give me a Spectre.
Oh,
bro.
You want me to buy you
give me a
whole
Spectre,
ass
give me a Spectre.
gun?
Yeah. Bro.
Bro.
Yeah, so my first competitive team was it was actually in CSGO. I played open with some of my friends that I met in the ESEA pugs, basically. And his name, well, one of their names is Vice, and he plays Valorant now. But
oh, shit.
Basically, we started out in open together, and we worked our way all the way through all the leagues together, slowly, until we made it to Premier, and that's how I became a pro in the first place. But yeah, basically my first competitive team was just a bunch of friends and stuff. All right.
I'll watch it.
All right.
Oh, heal.
One more.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, I got 4. I don't know. I would say my favorite TV show is Peaky Blinders. It's like a show about a gang, basically, like in the olden days. They got their cute little hats and stuff. But yeah, that's probably my favorite TV show that I've watched. But right now, I think I'm watching Succession. I also like Succession a lot. It's pretty interesting. I like shows with like a lot of drama and a lot of like high stakes. Well, I guess the only good story I have would be not when I was pro necessarily, but I was in CSGO Main. It was like CSGO Main season something, and we won it. My old team, and we won like $1,500 each, and I bought a better PC and stuff.
On top.
And that was like the first thing that I bought with my own money, I would say. And it's like memorable for me because, you know, it's like I bought something that, you know, that I actually earned for the first time. I feel like there's a few reasons why you don't really want to go pro. I think it's just because it's a little bit okay. I would say when it comes to being pro, I think there's a lot of things people don't think about. Like, sure, obviously it's like a dream job for a lot of people, but you also have to think about, you know, it's a performance-based job. So like any time that you play bad or your team does bad, you know, you have a high chance of you know, losing your job basically. So for a lot of people, it can be very stressful, and you know, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. You know, you'll have bad days, you'll have days where you don't want to play, or you'll have days where the game doesn't feel as fun because it is your job. So yeah, that's all I would say about that. Like, I wasn't that into music when I was a kid, so I don't really have any artists that I remember that well, but maybe like Taylor Swift, you know, maybe some I don't know, some sort of country artist, but I can't really tell you certain names from them. But I will say now, nowadays I listen to a lot of rap, so like Polo G and you know, like Lil Tecca or Juice WRLD, you know, all these like mainstream rappers that I listen to. I am a Radiant player. Scared for my life. Oh, I was just talking about this with my girlfriend.
You want to play?
A time I was scared for my life. Let's see. So, oh, dude, just recently, I almost got in a car accident with a semi truck, and I thought I was gonna die, dude. I have a video of it on Twitter, and
nice.
Yeah, I was in my Tesla, and this guy like merged into my lane while I was on the highway, and he was in a giant semi truck, and he like ripped my mirror off, but luckily no one got hurt or anything. But yeah, I thought I was gonna die there, I guess. Yeah, I would say there's always doubts about these types of things, right? Like if leaving CSGO for Valorant, it was like it was a pretty big gamble, of course, because like you don't know if one's market. You don't know if you're gonna like the game. You don't know if you're gonna do well in the game. And starting fresh is kind of stressful too, because you don't know who you're gonna play with. You don't know who you want to play with. You don't know like you're starting over. Like you don't. If you have a couple of bad matches, people might think, oh, you're so bad at this new game. Like you shouldn't be playing this. Go back to CS. But now that I'm established, obviously I don't have any doubts anymore. But at first it was kind of tough, for sure. I mean, anything when you're changing jobs, you know, in any field, there's some doubts. But yeah, that's all. I'm not sure, honestly. I feel like, no, you know, actually my biggest regret, it's pretty deep, but I feel like the worst thing about like being into gaming and like being super attached to it is like you miss out on a lot of things, right? So like in high school, I feel like I didn't do as much as I could have to like socialize and develop in that way. But obviously like it paid off, but at the same time, sometimes I think to myself like, would I have been, you know, maybe a more well-rounded person or like happier because, you know, I actually like participated in events and stuff in high school, but least comfortable in my own skin. Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, I'd say when I'm least comfortable. I'd say I'm my most comfortable when I'm playing Valorant, right? Like even if I don't know the people in my game, like I'm comfortable talking to them because I'm obviously it's like online and I'm used to it. Like I know how to talk to people in my games, but I'd say like generally whenever I have to like sit down and talk to like a, I guess, quote unquote normal person about things, like maybe like my barber, for example, if I have to like engage with them in a conversation about something other than gaming, like sometimes it's difficult, you know, like sometimes it's difficult to relate to some people because you're like, I can't talk to them about much, like, because most of what I do is play Valorant. So if I try to talk to them about Valorant, I'm like, oh dude, this round was crazy, like they so vaulted here. They'll be like, what are you talking about, bro?
He's going left.
The meanest thing I've done to somebody. Oh, you know what? I actually have a good answer.
He's going around. Trust.
Okay. Let's see. So I think when I was in like, I don't remember that well because I was young, but I want to say when I was like, I don't know, like 10 or 11, I think I was playing flag football at my school.
God, the timing.
And this kid was like, I don't know, this kid was like smaller than me, right? But he would always like try to like tackle me, and I got really annoyed. And I elbowed him like in the face. Like I got mad at him, and I didn't mean to elbow him in the face, but it kind of just happened that way. And dude, his nose was bleeding so bad. And I didn't get in trouble or anything, but I felt so bad about it. Time in my esports career, I wanted to give up. I would say a time I wanted to give up. I don't know about give up, but there was a situation when I was in Premier League for ESEA. There was a situation where we won the league, right? So when you win a league, you're supposed to get promoted to the Pro League. But the season that we played, they changed the relegation rules to make it so that we had to play a relegation match against a pro team, and we lost that match. And dude, in my head I was like, holy fuck, like this is so sad, like dude, this could be like the end for us, you know? But obviously it wasn't, but like in my head it was like way more dramatic than that. So I was thinking to myself, you know, like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Like this is so bad. Like, but it ended up working out for me. I ended up getting picked up by a pro team after that, so you know, it wasn't as dramatic as I first thought. But when I was younger, like obviously it felt like the world was ending. But yeah, I mean that's a thing that's since happened a lot. Like when I'm streaming and stuff, people type that kind of stuff like, oh dude, your life is so sick. Like, I think that obviously it's a nice thing people say, like, oh, I wish I was you, dude, like I wish I could compete like you. And you know, that's nice. And obviously, like, I feel like my job, it's obviously my dream job, and I appreciate it a lot. But a lot of people, it goes back to the other question of like, you know, what's like the negative side of you know, gaming or being in this scene. It's like, dude, you're constantly stressed out. Like even when you're winning everything, even when you're winning anything, you end up being stressed out because you're winning everything. It's like there's a lot of stuff where, you know, you always have to be on top of your game. You always have to practice. You always have to play. And if you're tired of playing, it doesn't matter. You have to keep playing. So, you know, I have to think about those things too. But yeah, obviously it's a good feeling when people, you know, look up to me and all that, for sure. It depends on who it is. Like my teammates, I don't think I would do anything wrong to my teammates ever. You know, they're like people I consider like my closest friends. So, you know, at least my teammates are safe. Oh God. Yeah, I feel like that's one challenge that like. The thing is, I mean, it is like any other job. Like, and I would say to justify it, like if I have kids and I'm still competing, I don't know. The thing is, it seems a little bit worse from an outside perspective. Like, it seems like, you know, I'm wasting my time or whatever. But as long as I can support, you know, the people I love or like whatever it is, it's not a big deal. Like, I could just tell them like, you know, I can support like with what I'm doing. Like, you don't have to worry about it, and I'm not wasting my time. Like, and I'm not trying to ignore you or whatever they might think about the job. I mean, maybe they'll think it's cool. Honestly, I don't know. Like with kids, you never know. Maybe they'll like be annoyed. Yeah, but obviously it's hypothetical, and you never know. But you know, we'll think about that when the time comes, I guess.
Team Ace.
I was still in CSGO. Okay, well, I'll be honest, dude. If I was still in CSGO, I don't think things would be going that well for me. I think the problem with CS, not the problem necessarily, obviously it's not a problem, but the problem is, the quote-unquote problem is that there's so many teams, there's so many players, and all of them are European. So, like, in NA, you know, for better or for worse, we're just not as good as the EU players. There's no orgs want to have an NA team because we just lose, right? And, so honestly, my hopes wouldn't be high, but maybe, you know, if I was still in CSGO, I could have joined like a crazy team and like had insane confidence all of a sudden. But, you know, I think it would have been pretty tough. I'll be honest. But, you know, thankfully Valorant came out, and you know, it was a new scene, and I'm way more confident now than I used to be. So it's all good. What would I be doing? Let's see. I would say I'm really interested. I know it's kind of like a lame thing to say, but I'm really interested in business and stuff like that. So I'd honestly probably go to college if I had the time and like I was committed to it. I'd probably try to go to college and like get a degree in something, whether it's like, I don't know, some sort of like business school or whatever. Like, try to get into that. But it's very difficult for me to have a good plan, because especially going back to school would be really hard for me, because I don't remember school very well. Like, it'd be pretty hard to get back into, like going to school and like doing work, like assignments and stuff. But yeah, that'd probably be my plan. Like, if esports didn't work out, I'd probably go to school. Yeah, at least.